I always accidentally take someone's chick.
3 minutes.
I don't even mean to. It's just like, oops. Why do you think the queen...
3:45.
Why do you think the queen gets to jump across the board and the king doesn't?
Because it's sexist.
The game of chess is sexist, but perhaps it reflects life, Piers. Haven't you ever thought that when you look at a yacht in Dubai...
You're running out of time. Stop stalling. I know what you're doing.
I'll just take her...
Oh, God!
I'll just take your queen.
Damn it.
I was trying to give you a little speech there. You didn't want to listen to it.
No,
I was trying to tell you
didn't.
when you see a yacht in Dubai, the girl just gets an Instagram invite, gets to jump right on board. She gets to run across the board and do whatever she wants, but the man has to get there a square at a time. The man had to buy that yacht. That's the difference between being a man and being a woman. That's why the queen gets to do how she does.
A chivalrous man just always lets ladies go first.
Life and chess reflect.
That's why I let you go first.
Life and chess reflect, Piers. Mm-hmm. How do you think chess reflects life?
I think that it's all about strategy.
Correct.
That if you're good at chess, you can be good at pretty much anything because it's about thinking ahead, it's about planning, it's about relentless practice.
And you know what else is beautiful about chess? Mm-hmm. If you lose, somewhere you made a mistake. There is no luck.
Absolutely right.
In chess, even if it's the smallest mistake, somewhere it was your fault. It teaches absolute self-accountability, which is something that we need a lot more of in the world today.
That is true.
And that's why chess is so important. You can take my knight if you want. Okay. You don't want it?
Okay, that's a good lesson. I didn't think about it like that. Somewhere in life you made a mistake and you have to be accountable for it. That's a very interesting take. I personally gave up on chess many years ago. So I never knew that you could apply chess to life examples, but it would explain why you had it with Aiden now, and you would explain why he has talked about it in like some previous podcasts and how important it is, I guess, to life. I don't know if you're good at chess, you can be good at anything. Obviously, if you're good at chess, it doesn't mean you'll be good at necessarily everything, but I see where he's coming from, where if you learn how to at least be intermediate level at chess, you'll be some kind of intermediate level at life. You know, you'll know how to take it on, you'll know to better learn from your mistakes, to work harder, figure things out. It's a very interesting perspective. I never really thought about it like that, using chess to learn. I guess I'll have to learn some chess.
And that's why chess is so important. You can take my knight if you want. Okay. You don't want it? Why do you want my knight?
Because I'm playing a long game.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, Andrew Tate, I'll give you something. You're good at chess.
Thank you.
You have to be. You just beat me.
I know you're a internationally renowned
What has chess taught you about life, quickly?
I can teach you a lot of things. Like I said about the queen being able to run around the board, the king having to move a square at a time, about the fact you need to think ahead, absolutely everything.
This boy has very piercing eyes when he looks you in the eye.
I said about the queen being able to run around the board, the king having to move a square at a time, about the fact you need to think ahead, absolutely everything is your fault. But there is a saying, which is actually one of my favorite sayings in the world. It said, a well-played game of chess is a sign of a gentleman, but an expertly played game of chess is the sign of a wasted life. And it's kind of sad. I
played Lennox Lewis on Celebrity Apprentice 39 times out of 40 in America. And he beat me 39 times out of 40 of me. And I was amazed. He was taught by his mum. But he was all about the way he fought, the way he boxed, was all down to the way he played chess.
Yeah, chess.
It was all about looking ahead, getting ahead of your opponent, planning punches, all that kind of thing.
Chess absolutely reflects life. And even I say this now in my business meetings with my team. A lot of the problem in the world today, especially with teams and businesses, etc., everyone wants to be the king. But if you want to have a team, if you want to have a side that wins, if you want to win a game of chess, everybody has to know their role and do their role effectively. There can be a king and a rook and a pawn and a bishop and a knight, and everyone does everything correctly. And when that happens, you have a very formidable board and you're hard to beat. And chess reflects life absolutely. It's something I do every single day.
What kind of man was your father?
Teamwork makes the dream work. It's one of my favorite sayings of all time, and it's true. Wow, I guess it really does apply to this game. I would not have brought it back to this, but after hearing him explain it, he's right. Like, a great team will take you way farther than going alone.
He was the greatest man on the face of the planet, but luckily he had me, and now in the natural order of the universe, he is gone, and I am here, and I carry his name, and it is my duty to bring honor to him. And this is one of the greatest things about achievement, because achievement honors your ancestors. People talk about my father because of how successful I am. And people will talk about me into eternity, even after my death, because of how successful my son will be. This is the great thing about achievement. It's an honor to your ancestors.
What would he have made of your success, your father?
He would be extremely underwhelmed by it because he always expected it of me. I am Emory Andrew Tate III. I can do whatever I put my mind to. And he would be like, well, of course, you decided you wanted to become the most famous man on the planet. It took you a few months, of course.
Does your mother ever do what my mother does and occasionally go, I think you went too far there?
My mother has absolute trust in my abilities and capabilities. She says, be careful.
I wonder about that woman. I wonder how she is. I wonder how she deals with this. I don't even know how you process that your two sons are like both, not necessarily the most hated men, because they're not like hated, But it's like, as a mom, your kids are both like very hated and at the same time beloved by like a cult like of people where it's just like they love Andrew Tate, but they also genuinely hate him. Like when you see those videos of like, why do you hate Andrew Tate? And then people are just throwing out like misogyny, toxic, whatever. But it's like straight down the middle, either hate or love him. I just wonder, as a mom, like, how do you deal with this stuff? I'd be worried that you get killed, which Andrew Tate is always talking about. I'd be worried that like every day is stressful. I don't know. Clearly there's a reason for this. Like he's making his mark in a way, not just to better himself, but to better humanity in a way. He wants to do something good. He wants to do great things before he passes. But it's like the stress of just all this, the world just kind of being on you and constantly watching you and critiquing you. I can't even imagine how stressful this must be. Even as a mom, it's like, are my sons gonna get killed? Like, who's watching them? How do I protect them? It's very stressful.
My mother has absolute trust in my abilities and capabilities. She says, be careful, do your best, but you are the most capable and competent man on the planet. And
that wasn't the question.
That's what she says. She says, be careful.
Does she ever say you shouldn't have said that?
Nah. She knows better than that.
Really?
No, never. She says, just be careful. You know what you're doing. It's kind of hard to argue against me. And this is what my haters seem to struggle with. It's hard to argue against a person who is monumentally successful in every single human metric that can possibly be measured. This is why young men respect me so much.
But you ever tell your mother what to do?
They want to be my life.
Do you ever tell her what to do?
I don't need to. She's a full-grown woman.
Would you ever tell her what to do?
I would give her my advice if she asked for it.
You say you can't leave the home, you can't drive, all those things you joke about? Or?
I'd give her my opinion. I would say perhaps you should move house now, or perhaps that's not safe, or yeah, I would absolutely, because I'm responsible for her safety. And when you're responsible for somebody's safety, you have an opinion and you need to have a firm opinion on that subject. So completely. For any woman I'm responsible for her safety, I will sit and say, that's an unsafe thing to do.
How much are you worth?
I'm a billionaire by now.
Dollars or pounds?
About dollars. We're not in pounds yet, but we'll get there.
So what to do?
I don't know if that's true. Where is the money coming from? Because I remember his net worth shot up from like 300 million to 600 million, and then like 600 million to like 700 million, and now he's saying a billionaire. Where did the billionaire come from? Is it from Hustlers University? Is it from all the podcasts? Is it from, I don't know, what is he trying to do, Bank of Tate? Like, where is the money coming from for him to now be classified as a billionaire? Someone let me know in the comments, because I need to do more research to see. From my understanding, he does have a couple businesses. He is working. There's a couple things going on where his money is involved and he's like working it, and he's invested and done a couple things. So clearly he makes money, but it's like, how did we get to billionaire? Because literally just a few months ago, literally less than half a year ago, your net worth was saying like 300 million. Now we're at $1 billion. How?
Yeah, we have a little bit of work to do, but
finally, I know you don't know anything about football, care even less, but greatest of all time, Ronaldo or Messi?
They're both two very hardworking men. I have absolute respect for anybody on earth who dedicates themselves to this.